Hello, and thank you for stopping by. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when new videos arrive. January 6th. What happened? Is it important? Was it right? Was it something that should have been done? Was it something that should have been stopped? The Founding Fathers talk about governments getting so bad that the people do away with the government, overthrow the government, and start fresh. That was great back when the Founding Fathers were here and when the Founding Fathers felt like they could do something. They had enough people that were interested in keeping America America. But today is different. In such a short amount of time, America has decided to put on its big boy pants. And I do not believe that there is enough people within America that believe in the virtues and believe in the core principles of the Founding Fathers when America was first started. It's weird because I think that we are on autopilot. I believe that America has decided to allow the government to do what they can, and then if we don't like it, we just complain about it. We say we don't like it, or we wait till the next time and we try to vote the person out. The Founding Fathers said that if we get to a point where our government is in such bad shape that they are destroying our republic, they are destroying our freedom, they are destroying this thing that we have, that it is our responsibility, it is our duty to go in and overthrow them. But they also said that we are not supposed to do it on a whim. We are not supposed to just overthrow the government because, just like with the elections, Trump tried to have the elections overturned. Republicans didn't like the fact that their candidate lost. They didn't like the fact that Donald Trump lost. Therefore, they thought they could go in and just overturn the election and say, nope, sorry, we don't like it. Therefore, well, sometimes you lose. Sometimes things don't work in your favor. Sometimes you have to make a decision to whether or not what you're doing is right or wrong. Yes, it is easy to go in and turn over the elections. Arizona, as a matter of fact, has been brought a proposal by a GOP representative that says that if they do not like what the Electoral College has done, they can overturn that. That's what they've proposed. Now, supposing they get this passed and Congress is allowed to overturn the Electoral College. Say the majority of the people voted a certain way and the Electoral College is given to this, and Congress decides they don't like it, so they give it to this. Now, the GOP, the Republicans, the Grand Old Party, has made the decision to bring that before Arizona legislature. Now, what if they were to pass that? What if they were to get that passed, and supposing the state voted for a Republican, but the majority in Congress was Democrat, and they didn't like it that they lost, so they overturned the Electoral College and gave it to the Democratic rival. Be careful what you wish for, is what my dad used to tell me. Be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. So I'm not going to get all biblical with you, but I am going to tell you a small story. Back in the Old Testament, the Jews, or the Israelites under God, the Israelites did not have a king. They had God as their ruler. Well, they weren't happy with that. And over time, they asked that they get a king. They begged with God, give us a king. They wanted somebody they can see. Now, I understand that. There's times when you need to be able to visibly see something. Like, my money's in the bank, right? And I know my money's in the bank because my little bank statement states that this is how much money I have. I can't physically see the money, but I have to take it on faith that it's in there because that's what the statement tells me. So the Israelites decided that they wanted a king. And God said, no, I am your king. Be comfortable with that. They said, no, we want a physical king like the rest of the nations. So God gave them a king. Remember, be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. When they got their king, they also got destruction, war, famine, imprisonment, slavery. Yes, their king eventually, because he is human, their king eventually did that, and future kings have done that. I remember watching an episode of Beverly Hillbillies, and Granny wanted to see her money. She went down to the bank and she said, I want to see my money. And the bank vault, the bank person, Mr. Drysdale, he said, well, Granny, you can't physically see your money. We have some money in our bank, but the rest of your money is tied up in other people. And that's why we pay you for allowing us to use your money. We give you interest every month. Granny said, you cannot give me my money? You cannot show it to me? And he said, no, we're not able to show you all of your physical millions of dollars. So Granny took all her money out of the bank in cash. She took all of her money out of the bank. And she went to another bank and she deposited her money in the other bank. A week later, she went to that bank and she said, can I see my money? Well, Granny, we can't show you all of your money. Well, she got frustrated with that too because she wasn't able to see it. She wasn't happy with what they were telling her. She wasn't comfortable, and she didn't have enough faith to know that what they said was true. So we have to physically see stuff sometimes for it to be real to us. It is very difficult to take things on faith. As far as what happened on the 6th, with all of the rioters, there are judges that were willing to let some of them go home. And a judge out of Washington, D.C. had to step in and tell them, no, what they did was wrong. They need to stay in jail. Now, my question to you is, do you believe that Donald Trump instigated this whole thing? Or do you think that the people that did the rioting, do you think they were justified? Do you think it was covered? Do you think it was part of what the Founding Fathers had said? Do you believe that what they said about overthrowing the government and all of that, do you believe they were acting on America's best interest, or do you think they were acting on Donald Trump's interest? I'm kind of torn here. I don't really know for sure. Now, I do know that our government has made it in such a way that if you try to overthrow them, they will make it a federal crime for you to do that. So what the Founding Fathers told us to do right now is out of the question, because you'll not be able to do that. And if the Founding Fathers could have looked ahead in time, See, the Founding Fathers assumed everybody from then on was going to be like them. They didn't realize that America was going to get fat and greedy. America didn't realize, the Founding Fathers didn't realize that America was not going to have the same interest and not going to be working in America's best interest as they were. So, what do you think? Do you think that Donald Trump should be held responsible for this, and do you think he should go to jail? Or do you think they should all be let go, and that nobody should be put in jail over this? That they should just be slapped on the wrist and say, don't do it again? Or do you think they should be giving the maximum penalty? I personally do not believe they were trying to overthrow the government because they felt they were doing what was best for the government. They were talked into believing that the fraudulent elections had occurred by Donald Trump. He tainted the election before it happened. Donald Trump said, the only way I can lose is if the Democrats cheat. And the ones that already kind of believe that the elections are rigged, they bought into that. And the ones that kind of believe that Donald Trump was telling the truth, they kind of bought into that too. So what do? You got to make sure this doesn't happen again. But right now, it seems like everybody is kind of torn. There's some that believe the elections were not stolen, that they were normal. But then you have a big chunk of America that ain't sure. You got some that believe that they were. And then you got those that believe that they weren't. Then you've got those that believe that they were stolen. And then you've got those that believe they're not sure what they believe. So what do you believe? Let me know in the comments below. Right down there. Tell me what you think. Do you believe that the elections were stolen? Do you believe that there's proof? Do you believe that it was made up? Do you believe that it's possible that this could happen again? Whatever you believe, put it in a comment below. Yeah, there may be some people that'll argue with you, but that's okay. Stick to your guns. If you believe a certain way, stick to your guns. Now, if we're able to change your mind, that's okay. If you have proof that I don't have, that's okay too. Put that down there. If you want to hit the subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the like. If you like my video, give me a big old thumbs up. I'm going to let you go on this note. Remember, make tomorrow better than yesterday by doing the very best we can today. Have a good afternoon, America, and all points beyond.